Hello, Joy Olson of Blockbuster Fundraising. Week of Thanksgiving, I know we're all stunned. We cannot believe how quickly the year is gone, and oh my goodness, we're counting down to December 31st. Everything that we can do to maximize our fundraising results this year. And one of those things that can be incredibly important, that is incredibly important, that holds huge potential for your nonprofit, and that is your online fundraising. So, what are some things that we can do to really have strategies that are going to make our online fundraising just as profitable and exciting as possible? Let's take a look at some ideas. One such expert came forward. He has a company called Empower Nonprofits, and he's done a lot of work in this area. And I was looking over some of the advice that he has for nonprofits about the ways that nonprofits can and should use year-end emails for their fundraising, and how to make these email campaigns, these year-end email campaigns, even more effective. What elements go into a great fundraising email? Well, a great fundraising email is always about helping the reader, your donor, establish an emotional connection with your beneficiaries, with your protagonist in the story. It should never be about your organization or your need for money. It's always about the connection with the story. And that's the key. You want to use emotional storytelling to help your donor feel connected to that beneficiary in your story. And after they look at that and they feel the connection with the sentence or two that you've put together, then you come up with a compelling call to action at the height of this emotion, because then you are giving them the opportunity to take action. Hey, they want to take action. They're connected. They care about what's going on in this image and your story. If you do this, you will have really successful email campaigns, because really, truthfully, images and your visuals play such an important role in those year-end fundraising emails, probably in all emails, but especially your year-end emails. And I think when we're writing, and believe me, I've been there. I've been writing the year-end emails, maybe the 4 or 5 that are going to go out at the very end of December, right through the 31st, maybe even 2 or 3 on December 31st. And you focus, oh my gosh, you focus on the exact words. What can you say? You just really stress over it. But from your donor's perspective, your viewer's perspective, an email full of just paragraph after paragraph is boring. They're going to skim through it. They're going to miss most of the words that you stressed over. And this is where your image comes to the rescue. Who did say that an image is worth 1,000 words? They were so right. And these perfect images help you reduce the number of words you need to say, because your right pictures say it all, really with very few words. And they also help break up your text so that people aren't intimidated by 1,000,000 words. Visuals, the experts say, Jeremy says, they help create that emotional connection between your donor and your organization's work. And some of the most powerful images are pictures focusing on a single person, a single animal, a single child, showing genuine emotion. For example, my last year at the Humane Society, where I was development director, we chose a story. We had so many touching stories throughout the year, but one of the most heartbreaking and the most touching story was about this little old dog. And we named her Susie. And when the first person got to the office in the morning, someone had tied up Susie to a chain link fence near our front door. All she had on was her collar and her leash that tied her to the fence. No note, no anything. This poor little old dog, she was shivering, she was scared to death. She had no idea what was going on. Can you imagine the emotion we felt seeing that? And can you imagine how good we felt when we could take Susie inside and get her warm and take care of her and have her looked over medically and love on her and be with her and eventually find her a very loving home? What a good feeling. That's what you want to involve your donor with. Take the most powerful emotional story, or take a few of those stories that have happened in your organization over the last year and put them together and make this happen. Okay, so now you've got your perfect image. The next thing you're going to stress over, if you're like me, is, oh my gosh, what is the subject line for our fundraising email going to be? How long should it be? Should it be a question? Oh my gosh, I used to agonize over this. Make it exciting. They've got to want to read this email. They're busy. It's the end of the year. Don't junk my email. Read it. Well, normally the experts say it's more important to focus on the content of your email than the content of your email subject line. But at the end of the year, wow, we are all fighting for attention in a very crowded inbox. I am not kidding you. So I think that you should really take a lot of time with your subject line. And there's a lot of research too online. I've got some research if you'd like some on like 450 top proven top subject lines for emails. Really put a lot of thought into it. Brainstorm, research, because you really want your donor to open up that email, because that's where the action is. So the best subject lines are certainly attention grabbers. So no matter how you do it, do it. That's what matters. Get their attention. And in fact, the experts say try to do it in many different ways as possible. After all, it's no longer surprising if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and it's successful, that it will continue to be successful. But I think you can always improve. So each and every time you get a little bit better and a little bit better. Main thing about subject lines, you want to keep them short but catchy. Ask a question. I think a question is really good. Or start with a surprising sentence that ends so that they have to open the email to see what in the world you're going to say. That is the trick. Of course, one thing that you want to do for sure is to make sure that the content of your email certainly follows through on the subject line. It's consistent. And this is why I really do think that what you should do is, of course, is write your content first with your image and then sit there and brainstorm what would be a compelling, exciting, interesting subject line that goes with the image and the story, what you're trying to do. A couple of things you don't want to do in your subject line. Don't say, we need money, because people don't give because you need money. They give because they want to take action in support of your story. They want to help. You've presented them with a situation that you need their help. So it's not about you, it's not about your needs, it is about connecting your donor to the beneficiary of your story, the image. Now don't put in too many pictures, because too many pictures can make an email look cluttered, and you really want, I think, just one picture. You want one picture that just emotes emotion. And you can see into the eyes. Like if it's an animal, you can just see, if it's a pathetic little animal, the sad eyes. Of course, now you're going to have to decide, do you want a sad image or a happy image? But the main thing you want to remember about these emails, and then you decide about the image, is that you don't want to make your donor feel like everything is perfect. We had this problem and we managed to take care of it. Isn't it wonderful? You really want to make them feel that without their help right now, that you're not going to be able to help this sweet little pet, that they are going to be the hero. They're the ones that are going to make it possible with their gift for you to help this sweet pet. All right, so we've got the image. Now the emails, the length of the email. Well, the experts say don't write 2,000 words. And I think we all know the emails really need to be short. They need to be short paragraphs, space between the paragraphs to go along with this beautiful image. A call to action and a donate up high. You just don't want to write a story. And speaking of that, if you do want to write a story, then consider a series, like a film, like a feature film. You can do one, like say 4 parts, one each of 4 consecutive days. And then all of a sudden, your donors are excited to find out what happens the next day and the next. But just make sure that every email that you send out has one clear message and one clear call to action. You don't try to do everything in one email. Instead, send more emails. But don't try to do it all in just one email. And don't give your donors options. Don't in your final emails of December, don't include your links to your Facebook, your Twitter, your YouTube, your website, blah, 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 blah. Just give your donors the donate option, because you want to give them that one clear, compelling, emotional message that is directly tied to one call of action, and that is donate now. And you'll be amazed, the experts say, at what this does for your response rates. Okay? You keep them focused on helping right now, because that's what it's going to take. The year-end fundraising is so important, and we do send out a lot more mail. I mean, we're frequent with our mail at year end, because this is what works at year end. You want to remind your donors that you're there. You've been cultivating the relationship all year for years, and you have been good stewards of these donors. You have built up really nice relationships. So, and remember, year end, it's the holidays. All kinds of good things are going on year end. So it's a wonderful time to reach out to people and remind them that you're there, remind them how grateful you are, remind them how much they are appreciated. So you want to really get in there and send more emails than you maybe you think you should, because There are just a lot of different opportunities to show gratitude. There are a lot of great stories you can tell. Be in the email box. In their email inbox. Do not be afraid, or this is not the time of year to become shy. You've established a nice relationship with these people. That's why they're on your email list. So send emails in bursts. The experts agree on that. They get used to it. And here's the deal. If you send me an email that I absolutely love with a story and an image that I so relate to, number one, I can hardly wait to hear from you again. So, oh my gosh, another story about something else that we've done together. I'm probably going to share this with somebody else that's really interested in a cause like this. So it's really worth taking a lot of time and effort to make your email techniques really work for you. An idea here is to go back to a little bit of a series idea. Tell one powerful story over 2 email messages and send those emails one a day for 2 days in a row. Or you can do the series 4 days. And if you want, you do it a couple of times the end of November and then every week in December. If you have great stories to tell, get out there and tell them. It's really, really important, especially right now. Okay, well, the point here is great stories and great emails are emotional and engaging. And your donors are going to want to read them. You combine them with a call to action. Keep it focused, keep it succinct, and just be in there. I think that you've got the tools now and the strategies to just make a big difference with your emails, to make sure that they get opened and read. And you've worked hard to earn the attention of your donors, and you've taken this seriously, and you are really considering how to get the best open rates and the most loyal donors. And so if you do this consistently, you're going to find that your donors are going to open every email because they like what they see, they like the emotional connection, they like how they feel when they give to you and good things are happening. We already talked about subject lines, so make those, remember you're competing for a crowded inbox, so really work hard on those. Brainstorm. Get your staff, in your staff meetings this time of year, ask them to help you. Say, here's the story, here's the content. Can you help me dream up some ideas for a fabulous subject line so we can get the donors, we make sure that they open this email. Okay, well, let's see. I think that I've covered about everything that I can think of right now at this particular time. But just remember to work it. And I know, don't get tired this time of year. Get inspired. So hopefully we can do that at Blockbuster Fundraising. Tune into us each day here. We're on Facebook, we're at joyolsengroup.com, we're at blockbusterfundraising.com, because what we really try to do is just keep coming at you with a little bit of information each day that hopefully will help inspire you or give you a new idea, a new strategy. Think, gee, I think we should try that. Instead of just sending out one email, why don't we take our story and divide it up in 2 and yakety yak. You get the point. Okay, Joy Olson, Blockbuster Fundraising, joyolsengroup.com, blockbusterfundraising.com. Hundreds of free fundraising video tips on our YouTube channel. So I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving week, a wonderful holiday season. So many family gatherings are coming up, as I'm suggesting to you. each and every video tip, be sure to stay in the office or be face-to-face visits right now, because you want to be available. It's a very important time of year. All of your donors are doing their year-end giving. They want to talk to you. They want to see you. Many of them are going to drop by your office. So be available. This is important. This is your time of year. So lots of good luck to you. See you again soon. Remember our Facebook Lives every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Bye-bye. Thank you.